Hello everyone and welcome back to another AFL Fantasy Fanatics video on the channel. Round 16 is done and the buys are now behind us and we go back into best 22. But it finally happened. We had a good week and we finally had that week that I've been just hoping for all season and I didn't think it was going to come. And thankfully, last week of the buys, we had an absolute belter. So 1959, round rank of 51. That's my best ever finish for a week. I've heard some people on the podcast even this year, previous years go, I finished 50th of the week or finished 100th or finished top 10 or whatever. I've now finally had one of those, which it feels bloody good after the tough year. It feels great. In saying that, we moved up 2,793 spots. So we're now up to 5,341. And when I was ranked at 9, 6, 7, 8, moved down in round 14 to move up nearly in half my rank essentially in a couple of weeks is really, 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 I'm trying to think of the word, it's motivating, I guess. It's like, okay, we've had a good week. Now can we continue the run going and hopefully moving forward into the back part of the year? Can we make something? Can we finish top 2K? Like top K, like top 1,000? I don't know. We'll see how far we can go. Again, top 100, unless I have another 3-4 weeks like I did on the weekend, I'm not going to be finishing top 100. But if I can get top 1,000, top 2K, I'd be pretty happy with that. So team value's looking nice as well, up at near 24.3, which I've been slowly but chipping away at that, which has been good. So yeah, it's feeling good for the first time this year probably. It's feeling good at the end of a round. Plus and minus threes for the week. Got to give the plus 3 to my skipper for the weekend, that being Nick Dacos for his 137 points. He was fantastic. That could have been bigger as well. I'm definitely not complaining 137. Obviously, it's an amazing score. First quarter, though, teammates, some bad disposals, actually. They missed him on a lot of chances there. And he kicked 1 goal 3. So, but 137, top scoring player of the round. Obviously, can't really ask for much more than that, to be honest. So, very happy with him with the plus 3. Minus 3, it's got to go to Callum Mills, unfortunately. Like, Sheasel, probably one that could have got it. But I'm going to go Mills because I brought him in this week. He made, 9K. Yeah, just disappointing. The role was still the same, right? We're still playing that half-back role, little bit accountable, but still getting the ball at times, but just got ignored a few times and just didn't really get involved. And yeah, could have went Flanders and saved myself 130k and got an extra 23 points, which would have put me like 12th for the week, which would have been even better. But yeah, just disappointing with Mills on debut. But Sheasel obviously wasn't great as well, but we'll chat about him in a short bit as well. So, but let's recap some of the players because there were some really good performers this week, obviously with a good round. So Nasai Wanganeen-Miller 109, pretty happy with that. Had a poor first quarter. I think he was on 12 points. I saw him on 6 points for so long in that quarter, and I thought, is he going to get going? Is he getting tagged? I was watching the Crows game, so I didn't know. But 109, to get that in the end, I'm pretty happy with that. And that last game was pretty good. So the Sunday treated me good for fantasy for the first time in a while. Normally Sundays have been disappointing, but today there's a few tons, which was nice. But 109 from Nasai, 120 from Connor Rozee, really happy with him. Took the bulk of the kick in support, which is a good sign, and played full-time half-back. He was great, 120, very happy with that. Mills obviously disappointing with the 67. Might hold him for another week or two. He's got Freo, then St Kilda, so a couple of decent matchups, but yeah, he might be a guy that might go pretty soon. It was just to get that last rookie off field right, but I should have gone for Flanders and saved a bit of money. But then again, if Flanders failed and then you get some other forced issues, then it's like, well, it was a straight back play. Really wasn't looking at Flanders, but yeah, wish I probably did. Colin McKercher, 103, really happy with that score, 103. He's now been really good since moving to half back. I think he's had, 3 games or 4 games in this role now. Let me have a look. So he has had 4 games in a row, 91, 85, 99, and then a 103, which was his first ton in the role. Goes Bulldogs, Melbourne, Sydney, Geelong, St Kilda. So not a bad little run for him, I think. I think he'll go okay there. Up to 763k as well with a 43 break even still. Still got some money to make, which is good. So he's going along very nicely. Tom McCarthy, absolute gun. 95, back-to-back weeks of good scores. 29 disposals again. He went up a ridiculous 101k, and he's now got a break even of minus 38. So yeah, just smashing it. He's that D7, M9 that we're going to be able to use for a couple of weeks. And he's got the second sort of game, third game of the week, but on the Friday night. So he'll be an easy loop at D7 or M9. See how he goes, and hopefully puts up a good score. But yeah, really happy with Tom McCarthy there. Obviously, Holmes, he had the captaincy duties this week. Berman on the bench, 120. Very, very happy with him. He obviously went off a few minutes for the end of the second quarter. Clashed heads with Butters, and I thought, here we go. He's going to be out. Injured 29. We're starting again with a poor start to the round. But then came back on and had a 53-point third quarter, and then had a really good last quarter to have 91 points in the second half to get to a 120. So he was fantastic. He went up 30K as well. He's up at 843. Break even is, I believe it's, 73. Brisbane this week probably goes to a Neil or a McCluggage. So I think his role will be good again. Probably the best game I've seen him play, particularly that second half. He was great. And I think this role is going to continue. So Berman, very good. Busting obviously didn't play. Would be good if Dog gave him a game or two at some point. Jordan Dawson, 105. Slightly unders there. Again, a ton. We'll take it, but a lot of people had him captain. A lot of people brought him in this week if they didn't already have him. Just didn't really feast up on the matchup like we thought he did. 26 touches is great, but 5 tackles, 6 marks is also solid, but he normally gets a few more tackles than that. Even games where he scored a 139 and 130 against Collingwood and West Coast. He had 27 touches in both those games. It was just the fact he had 9 and 6 marks and 8 and 9 tackles. And also kicked a goal and then 2 goals against West Coast. No scoreboard impact from Dawson. Took a big mark but didn't kick the goal. His last month has been a little bit underwhelming. 86, 109, 97, 105. But if you look at it, Sydney, when they smashed him, no one scored well from the Crows that day. Brisbane in the wet. He had obviously a massive last quarter. Hawthorn was one of the top scoring players that game, then Richard 105. So he'll get back on track, but just slightly unders last month. But I'm sure he'll get back to some good form. Harry Sheasel, not 65. His worst score since his rookie year in round 23. So just shows how good of a fantasy player is that 65 is his worst score in a long time. 20 touches, but just the 3 marks, 2 tackles. Again, only the one behind. And injured his shoulder really late as well. Went for scans. I think John Rouse said that they're expecting him to play. But at 1.049 million as a forward, I am, because I've got all the rooks off field, part of me is tempted to go him across to her, because I'm really keen on Jai Caldwell and Errol Goulden, both those guys. I think both are going to be really good, particularly Jai Caldwell, who is just getting it done. Part of me is thinking, well, do I go Sheasler across to Jai Caldwell, get aggressive, bring Sheasler back in if he turns it round? But, it's his first bad score in a while, right? Because before that, he went 116, 131, 119, and he only had 1 sub-ton since round 7. So he was in good form. It just depends how bad this shoulder injury is. And a 5-day break is the thing that concerns me a little bit. So I'm interested to see what other people on other podcasts and that say about him. But he's someone that maybe I could move off of, just depending. But probably the smart play is to hold and just loop him on the bench and use him as that D7 and loop with McCarthy and maybe a midfielder. And with Hasty being my defender mid-utility, that's red dot, so I'm going to loop between a couple of players. Andrew Brayshaw, 99, had a bad third quarter, I believe it was. I think he only had 10 points or so, but had a good last quarter there. And 99, obviously, as fantasy coaches, we hate when players get 99. We'd love them just to tick over one last touch. Or really when players are within 3 points of a ton, we'd come on, just get that kick, get that ton. But 99 is fine. That's his, is that his first sub-ton? That's his first sub-ton for a while, if I'm not mistaken. So, first sub-ton since round 11. And that's now 2 games against St Kilda this year where he's gone under 100. So that's interesting to note there with Brayshaw. As I said, Nick Dacos, obviously amazing, 137. Season high score for him. And as captain, obviously, we love that. It was on 115, I think it was. We got 5 minutes to go. And I was thinking, is he going to go to the bench and is he going to end on a 115? And that's going to be a score where some people are going to go, I'll take it on, or bank the points. I would have probably banked the points at that point, just because I'm normally 110 plus. But to stay on, score another 22 points in that last couple of minutes was really helpful. And he's just a gun. So shout out to Nick Dacos. Josh Dacos, 97 on the face of it is good. Obviously, for his price, he's had a couple of decent scores. His last few weeks have been really strong. So he's only had 2. That was his lowest score since round 10. the 97. It's more the fact that he was on 63 at halftime, didn't really kick on with it, and sort of had a really, really quiet really quiet third quarter, and last quarter wasn't amazing either. And he did against Saints last week. He obviously got some Ryan Burns attention in the back part of that game, and only ended up on a 101 when he was on 64 at halftime. So, just Josh, it'd be good if you just carried on and you got a 110, 120 at least if you're on 60 odd at halftime. But anyway, 97, obviously there's a lot worse players even in the team here than him, so that's fine. Bont, 72. He's just been an awful pick. It's as simple as that. Okay, yeah, he got a 120 last week as captain, and it's all well and good, and obviously it benefited me last week, so I would have had probably Brayshaw and a Baz, and that would have got me a 94 as a captain. But 91, 50, 120, 72 in his last month is disgusting. It is. It's putrid. He's gone down 171k for the year, and even just the last 3 weeks alone, he went down 61k, 19k, 29k. That's just, it's unacceptable. That's, what is it? 80k, 109k's gone down in 3 weeks, and he's 930, and his break-even's at 121 still. If you don't have him, obviously you'll be eyeing him off as a cheap upgrade at some point, but as owners, it's not good. He's got North this week. I fully expect him to go well. He normally goes quite well against North in the past, and then he goes Adelaide, Brisbane, Essendon, so it's not a bad run. He normally plays pretty well against the Crows, Brisbane, whether they tag him or not. Well, Brisbane don't really run a tag. Bombers, obviously, a good matchup. Giants, and then Melbourne, West Coast, free to finish. So I think he'll still finish fine, but it's obviously frustrating we've got him. So Ned Long scored the 80. I think it's time for him to go. He didn't change in price this week, but break-even is now at 106. It's just, again, he's made 468k. He's been fantastic. He has only had 3 scores below 80 since he has played 4 games. Those being 67, 77, rounds 9 and 10, and then round 15 with the 76. So, been great. But yeah, it is time to go. He's had a good role, and yeah. I guess the only way that he might survive is if Doherty was to get dropped. But Doherty had a decent game fantasy-wise, scored 93, went up another 35k. He's over 900k now. I guess the thing I'm worried about is turned the ball over a couple of times. I think he's far from their worst player in the team at the moment. No one from Carlton's playing well at the moment. No one at all. But in saying that, they're struggling. He's an older player. Do they bring other younger guys in? Does he get dropped? I don't think he should be dropped. I think that they need to just keep him in there. But other people say that he hasn't been very good at all. And maybe my fantasy lens is sort of his sort of goggles are on. But I think he's not their worst player, and I don't think he's been that bad at halfback. So Doherty 93 goes up in cash. If he's dropped, then hey, I don't know why that just refreshed, but anyway, we trade if he's out. But if he's in the team still, I think I'll hold. Even though Collingwood, Brisbane, not great matchups, but Collingwood at the G, I don't know if they can afford to drop in. To be fair, if they just bring young kids in, they're going to get slaughtered. So I'm hopeful that he holds his spot this week, but I guess we'll find out. Box shows didn't play. Liddy, good for cash gen, 61. Obviously was able to loot that on, but obviously not taking that just with the amount of midfielders I had in the team. Again, he went up 61k, still -6 break even. He's got some good cash to make. So, yep, he'll be a good sort of loot to see if he can score well in any games. Tristan Cherry, disappointing. He's now cheaper than Ryan Marshall, which is crazy. 4 of his last 5 been under the ton. 93 this week, 84, 93 before that. 111 against West Coast, which we thought was unders, and then 86. But then that one, he went on that run from round 6 to 10 where he went nothing under 116. We thought, here we go, X is back. He's back to doing X things. His tackles were going well as well at 11. Then he had 3, 4, then 8, 12. And we thought, okay, well, his tackles, if he keep them going. But recently, 3, 6, 7, 5, and 3. He was getting 8, 9, 10 tackles minimum a game in the back part of last year, and now he's not even getting 5. He got 5 on the weekend. He's not even getting very many at all. So sorry, got 3 on the weekend. Sorry, I was looking at marks, but he's just not getting it done. And he's bleeding cash as well. Break-even's at 135. He went down 35k, and when you got guys like Grundy pumping out 130s every week, it's tough. And it's like, well, do you just go to him and go there? But I'll probably hold fat. He's got Tim English this week. He ended up scoring a 129 in round 1 against English. So I'm expecting a bounce back, and that was with only the 7 tackles. So if he can go well again, then he might be able to get back some form. But yeah, disappointing, obviously, from him. Ryan Marshall, 119. That's a really happy with, really good score. Really happy with that. 129, 105, 119 his last three. So he's in some really good form. Goes Meek. I thought he had Grundy this week, but he goes Meek into Grundy, into the Stanley, whoever's John Rox is then gone. So it's a bit of up and down runs, some good matchups, some poor ones, but then goes Cherry, which obviously is tough, but then goes Richmond, Essendon, and Giants to finish. So he's got 3 really good matchups to finish the season. 87% game time again, so good game time. Gave away another 4 free kicks, so again, it's just capping that massive, massive ceiling. So it'd be good if he didn't do it, but maybe that's just what he's doing at the moment. But yeah, really happy with Marshall. Obviously, Boyd not playing. Jackson, 107, really good with him. And obviously, Jordy saying last night that apparently, obviously, was dealing with a few things off the field last week and had a tough week. But obviously, shout out to him for not only playing, but also putting up a really good score and playing well in general just for Freo. So obviously, didn't have as many touches around the ground as he normally does. But again, the 8 tackles was great. 16 hits, kicked a couple of goals. He's now over $1 million. He went up 39K again. So, yeah, he was good. Once again, Chris Petrarca, 105. That was his first ton for a while. That was his first ton since round 11. And look good. Got plenty of the ball. Obviously, isn't racking up those marks. He hasn't taken more than 5 since round 7. Sorry, more than 4 since round 7. Sorry, he's gone 4, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3. So it'd be good if he got hit up for a few more of these little plus 6s. His tackles are obviously okay last few weeks, 5, 7, and 5, which is good, and getting a bit more of the ball. So yeah, Petrarca, I think he's going to go well. Got the Crows this week, then goes North Melbourne, Carlton, St Kilda, West Coast Bulldogs, Hawthorn, Collingwood to finish. So not a bad run, particularly the next few weeks is pretty good. So I think he'll go well, and I'm holding him. Chad Warner, 89. Not obviously amazing, right? But the thing that was positive for me was that he was back to having a lot of CBAs. He was the 3rd highest CBA guy behind Heaney and Jordan, who had the most. So if Warner's going to be doing that sort of role again, I think I could see more tons coming. Dogs aren't an easy matchup. He's got Freo, then St Kilda next 2. I think he goes well in those 2, particularly if he keeps that role. So, yeah, I think Warner might have some good scores. Caleb Daniels, 79. That's another sub-80. That's 3 in a row, I believe. Yeah, 78, 76, 79. That was after back-to-back 90s. We thought he was going well. Revenge game against the Dogs. He obviously played him early in the year, but another sort of game against his old team. So hopefully he goes well. Still got a decent role, right? But just not getting much else other than the kick-in. So, yeah, hopefully he can respond with a better score because he'll be someone I'll look at upgrading at some point soon. Jasper Auger, I don't know why I call him Tyler Auger. I think there's like an NFL player called Tyler Algier. That's probably why I called him that. Shout out to any NFL fans out there. But yeah, Jasper Auger, 60 was good. I thought he looked good as well. I thought he had some promising moments. Kicked a couple of goals. Yeah, break even's down at 6. He made 12K. I think he's going to be in there for a few weeks. I think he showed enough to warrant some more games. So yeah, hopefully he can make some good cash on the bench after I thought he might have just been an F8. Red dot there. Obviously, Kyle Loam didn't play this week, but he'll be back obviously after the bye, along with Baz and Martin, which would be good to put them back in the lineup. And then, yeah, Angus Hasty obviously has been my red dot for pretty much the whole season, but he might come in handy with being able to loop like a McCarthy at D7 and then maybe like if it's a Sheasel, maybe here, and then McCarthy at M9. And just loop 2 guys, which will be handy if Hasty doesn't play because he plays Saturday night. So hopefully that is the case. But yeah, that is the week. So obviously, as I said, my best week in fantasy of my career, which is nice. Finally nice to get a really good week like that. And in a bad year, it is nice. Sort of the energizes me for the back part of the year. So hopefully we can get towards top 3K, 2K, maybe even top 1,000. That would be obviously amazing, right? So, but in terms of trades this week, I'm a little bit unsure what I'm going to do. So, I think that the straight back play is probably like a Boxall to Rouston, and because I got 80K in the bank, I would go like a Ned Long to Tom Green. That would be the straight sort of back play. I wouldn't have much in the bank after that, and then part of me is like, well, if Sheasel's going to be out, do I just go Sheasel across to Jai Caldwell, and then I think I'd be just short of Tom Green, but then do I go like Long to like a Dunkley? And get a couple of mids in and move on Sheasel if he's playing sort of injured. But then I'm missing Rouston for cash gen. So it's like I think that at this stage, likely trades is probably Boxall down to Rouston and then going Long to Tom Green with the West Coast matchup and some good matchups after that. So that's probably likely what I'll do. But I will explore maybe Sheasel if he's injured or if he misses. Obviously, then I'll look at Caldwell because I'm pretty keen on Jai Caldwell, and even Errol Goulden. So we'll see what I do with those moving forward. But that is round 16. We're done. We've moved back into best 22, which is going to be nice to put all the players back on our field. And yeah, hopefully you guys are all sorted, ready to go. But let me know in the comments, guys, how you guys went in round 16. Let me know your score, your round rank, your overall rank, and your plus and minus threes for the week. And any questions you guys have, put them in the comments, and I'll try and get to a couple if I can. But I can't always guarantee an answer. So if you do want a guaranteed answer to your question, just because we've got Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. There's so many comments, so many questions, which I appreciate everyone asking questions. I wish I could get to every single question, but just with time and that, I just unfortunately can't. So if you do want a guaranteed answer to your question, or you'd like a team review, so I can go over your whole team, and if my thoughts, and if you'd like that, you can head to our Patreon, patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. That's where you get your team reviews. That's where you get guaranteed answers to your question, either through the Patreon Q&As, which are recorded Wednesday night, or through DM, because I do guarantee the Patreon's answers there. I'll also be doing a Patreon Cup update for the Patreon, so the people that signed up before the start of the season, they're in an open league, and the winner will take a cash prize home. So we'll look at how those teams are tracking, and all sort of bonus content. If you'd like to help spice a little bit as well, then head to the link in the description, or patreon.com/AFL Fantasy Fanatics. But yeah, smash a big thumbs up on the video. That would be very much appreciated. It goes a long way and does really help out the channel. So if you can smash a thumbs up, that'd be fantastic. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. We're on 4,041, so we're obviously trying to go to 5K now. Appreciate everyone that's subscribed so far. But if you'd like to help us get 5K, what is that? We're 959 subscribers away. Then make sure you click subscribe. Or if you're not sure, just double check. Make sure you subscribed. And if you haven't, then click the subscribe button and join in all the fun. So we'll be back tomorrow night for our Q&A, as always, at 8 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. per time, answering all of your fantasy questions as well, as we gear up to back to best 22. So, but yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you guys had a good week, and not only week, but a good bye round period. Hopefully you guys rise up in the ranks. And let me know in the comments as well, actually, how you guys went in the bye round. Did you rise up and rank a bit? Did you stay the same? Did you maybe drop rank? Some maybe things not go your way. Let me know in the comments how you guys went overall during the buys. I think I went, as I said, I went up 9,700 to 5,300. I think I said that earlier in the video anyway. So anyway, there you go. But yeah, anyway, thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll catch you guys tomorrow for a Q&A. So thanks everyone. Have a good night. See ya.